Everyone. Everyone. Wishing everyone a very, very joy and colorful Holi. May everyone shine and outshine in their career. So today we are here for a Tableau visionary session from Prem. Soon he'll be joining us. So just enjoy the festive mood, be in festive mood, eat well, sleep well. I've just logged in 5 minutes before to see if things are good here. Yeah, Jay has also joined. Yeah, Jay, we are already live. So you can see on your page. So guys, we're live on the Jazz LinkedIn page and also on my YouTube channel. So both you can join. And few folks, those who have a Zoom link, they can join here also straight away.
Start taking people at 3 only, I will suggest.
Yes. Yes.
Those who are in Tableau group, let them join on this only, Zoom only.
Yeah, I've told them. Let me pin back the link again. It's here.
Prasanna will be there in 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, hi Prem.
Hi Anand. Hi
Good to see
Jay.
you.
Getting the holy vibes. Happy Holi.
Happy Holi. Jay, let me know when you want to start. How many people have joined here?
We'll start in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so should we start?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a minute. I will give the introduction. Okay, I will share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session for mastering Tableau and certification guidance with uh, analytics with Anand and Prasann Prem. So before going further into the session, I would like to give the introduction about Prasanna. So Prasanna is a Tableau visionary, previously known as Tableau Zen Master, sole individual from India among 100 new editions in Feb 2023. He is also a Tableau social ambassador. In 2023 was, I think, second time he was the Tableau social ambassador, if I'm not wrong. So from consistent 2 to 3 years, he is a Tableau social ambassador, and this year he is a second time Tableau visionary. Also in 2022, he was appointed as a Tableau feature author for his impactful contribution to the Tableau public portfolio, which opened doors to numerous opportunities. Also, he has presented at Tableau conference at Las Vegas last year, I think. So the topic was upscaling your data career with Tableau. Also, he's a founder of Wiz Diner and Tableau Buddy, and where he has mentored and taught uh, more than 700 individuals globally, including students and professionals. So welcome, Prasann, to our session, and we hope all of us will get to learn from you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jay, for the very detailed description about me. So thank you so much for that. And thank you so much, Anand and Jay, both of you, for inviting me here. As you can say, Anand has already played Holi and so shall we start?
Yeah, we are good.
Okay, guys, before we start, it's more of today, whatever I'm going to tell you, you might know it already. There's nothing new what I'm going to tell you. That is the first thing. And second thing is, I like to interact. So let's make it more interactive and talk to me as we are going through so that this session can help you. Okay, so let me bring up my slides. Okay. You can see my screen. Okay, so let's start. So today's session is all about accelerating your Tableau journey with me. Now, before we go ahead, I have a few questions for you. So are you one of them? So are you a student? Are you a transitioning data aspirant? If you are one of them, just type in yes in the chat box so that we can see if everybody is present here. Okay, so I'm getting so many yeses. So you're a student or you're transitioning to data right now. That's good. Okay, so young data professional as well. Yes, I'm coming right now. So if you're a young data professional as well or a senior data professional, please type in student. Okay, we have lots of students here. We have some young data professionals. Okay. Keep them coming, young data professional. Okay, so if you fall in any of these categories, any of these, okay, so this session is totally for you because I was also once a student. I then transitioned from data to data, and then I have been working now around for 4.5 years in the data industry. So I've seen all those career progression with me. So whatever I'm going to talk today, it's for everyone. It's not specific to just student or someone who is transitioning or young or a senior data professional. Okay. So first, already Jay has mentioned all about this. So I'm a data visualization coach at WizDyna, and I'm also the founder of Tableau Buddy and a mentor at Data Visualization Society. My past experiences have been, I've worked with American Express, I've worked with BPCL, and I've also worked with Mahindra and Mahindra. And I had a great stint at American Express at my last organization for where I worked for around 2.5 years. And in that time period, I got promoted twice. I was awarded Pinnacle Award twice for my contributions there. And also, if I talk about, I have some of the international titles. That is Tableau Visionary. That's the highest title that's been given by Tableau itself. So I'm a 2 times Tableau Visionary and also a 2 times Tableau Social Ambassador. Some of the recognitions I just want to mention here, I was at Tableau conference last year at Las Vegas. So I represented India there. And also, if you open up Tableau's website, you can see me. So I'm featured there as well. Now, coming to one of the things, where to start and what to learn, that is quite important because we have been learning Tableau and you have been building dashboards. Now, what is really important and how to do it? Like there are multiple steps or different progressions as well, or different roadmaps as well. But if I look at it, first, I want you all to look at this particular section, necessary toolkit, this one. So if you're talking about the necessary toolkit, so you should be knowing about Tableau fundamentals. If we are talking about Tableau fundamentals, then it is all the fundamentals like dimensions and measures. Let's talk about qualitative and quantitative, discrete and continuous, filters, sorting. These all things falls under the Tableau fundamentals part. Then it comes order of operations. If you don't have much knowledge about it, then I really recommend that you should learn about order of operations, because if you don't have an idea about order of operations, then if you're progressing, if you're learning more, and if you're learning different concepts of Tableau and then you're trying to apply them, you will be in a very rigid state where you're not able to find the answers. So it's really recommendable to understand order of operations. And then comes the dashboarding part. So these three, I'll say these are the necessary toolkit that anybody, if you're a student, young professional, senior professional, you should have all of it. That's really, really necessary, especially for students and who are transitioning. Now, once you have this section done, then you should progress over to mastering Tableau. Now, there are lots of components. I've just mentioned few of them, which I really feel are typically important. So one of them is containers. When you're building dashboards, you should be having a good understanding of what containers are about and how you can actually build a dashboard that has multiple or nested containers as well. That is really, really important. If you have any trouble with containers, I'll suggest you to go through Andy Kribbel's video on containers. There are 2 videos, part 1 and part 2. So that is something you should note here right now as well. So you should go through these sessions. Then comes LOD expressions. Now, LOD expressions have a big hype. Like these are very complex and these are really important. But from my perspective, from my experience, I'll tell you that LOD expressions are not that much important. Like what the hype is all about, it's not that important, because altogether, if you build a visualization and if you're using too many LODs in there, it will really hamper your performance of the dashboard. So that is not really recommended, but still, it's good to have, because you would like to have different aggregations at different sections, and for that LOD is really handy. So that's why in mastering Tableau, you should know about what LOD expressions are all about. And then coming to dashboarding principles. In first, you just saw that it is dashboarding, right? So dashboarding is just building a dashboard. Now, when it comes to dashboarding principles, it's all about how you should position every element. Now, this is a very good topic as well as an elaborative one, because if you're building a good dashboard, you need to understand how the user reacts to that particular screen. So For that, you can look into different dashboarding principles are there. Let's say Gutenberg diagram. You can look into that. You can look into Z pattern. You can look into F pattern. These are some of the principles that I'll really recommend to go through so that you should understand how you need to place your elements. Building a dashboard is not just building so many charts and putting them there, but it should have a flow. And that's why you need to understand dashboarding principles. Now, today, this is something of a refresher that I wanted to mention. But what I really want to focus today is two things. And that I have mentioned as game changer, your portfolio and your social presence, right? So this is something that you must have been learning from these two things. You can actually learn from many different platforms. Jay also has his own community he's building. He is doing sessions. That is also a good place. And there are so many places. I also have my programs, and there are lots of, so I'm not going to tell any specific program or mention anything about it, but I'll tell you that this is something that you already know. But the thing is, like, you should focus on these aspects more than anything. But today I'm going to talk about something what I call as a game changer. And I've took this topic as well because this is quite important in these days right now. If you want to get a job, if you want to get a promotion, if you want to be in demand altogether, you need to have a good portfolio and a good social presence. Earlier, resumes used to work. If you really have a good resume, if you already have 4 to 5 years of experience in the analytics industry, I think getting an interview is typically easy. But let's say for those who are transitioning, it's not that easy. It's actually very tough to go through the normal route, like applying to Workday, applying on LinkedIn, maybe applying on Naukri. There are numerous websites, right? But landing a interview as well, it's typically hard if you don't have experience related to data industry. Now, this is also a kind of refresher what I'm going to speak this year at Tableau conference. This year, my topic is all about how to become a Tableau influencer. And I think these two things are the main key points in there as well. Okay, so let's move on. I'll just clear all of this. Okay, so point coming to your portfolio or giving yourself an edge. How you can give yourself an edge over any other candidate who are applying to the same job, or altogether how you can give yourself edge in the data analytics industry. So one of the first thing is, since this is totally confined to Tableau, we are talking today. So I'll talk about these points itself. So first is Tableau public. So how many of you have a Tableau public profile? Just give me a yes and how many of you do not have a Tableau public profile? Okay, seems like everybody has a Tableau public profile. Okay, that's great. You are already a cool bunch. I have seen various sessions where people don't even know about Tableau public, especially those who have been working in the industry for so many years, and they're typically getting so much trouble in getting more jobs. That's cool. This is really good to know that all of you have a Tableau public profile. Okay, so now one of the key thing is, if you already have a Tableau public profile, that is good. Now, second thing is building visualizations. So for that, build as many visualizations as you can and as you want. One of the important thing is, if you're building visualizations, one of the common question is, where should I get the data from? What to build, how to build? These are the common questions when you're building a visualization. Now, the thing is, I'll suggest you just start and build visualizations from any of the challenges that are present. Or even you can get your own data set. You can curate your own data set, or you can also get data set from Kaggle. There are lots of websites. I'll also, after this session, will also send various links where you can get data sets from there. And the third thing is, if you are on Tableau Public, follow others. Follow others. If you go to their main homepage, you will find lots of visualizations that are trending and lots of from different authors as well. So follow to get inspired, because one thing is you can be in your own environment and try to progress. But the second thing is you try to take inspiration from others. You follow others, you see what they are doing, how they have done it. And one of the best thing about Tableau is that on Tableau Public, you can actually download your visualizations from different authors. I think you already know that as well. So go ahead, follow more people who are doing great work and try to get inspired from them. Now, the second thing is, this is a common route that everybody here is already following, that I can get, because all of you already have a Tableau Public profile, you have been building visualizations. If you're not following others, then please start doing it from today. That is something that I'll suggest. Now, the second most important thing here is doing the community challenges. Now, there are lots of challenges. I think there's Maven Analytics challenges, there's Onyx data, and there are lots of different challenges going through. But if you really want to progress in the Tableau environment, then I'll suggest you to do these community challenges. There are others as well. Like, I can show you quickly. I'll just clear this off. I think it should be here. Okay. So these are the Tableau community projects. Now, if you go through here, there's Make on Monday. There are lots of different challenges. But out of that, I've only mentioned a few of them, like Make on Monday. And then there is something known as Back to His Basics. These two are generally for those who are beginning, as well as if you're transitioning or if you're a young professional. So that is what I'll recommend to all of you. And then you have this real world fake data. Now, real world fake data is all about data sets that through using those, you can actually build your business dashboards. And one of the things about doing these challenges is that these challenges are actually, they have been started, or all the data sets are curated by different people in the Tableau community. Let's say those who are ambassadors, visionaries, they are the ones who have started these challenges. Now, once you start doing these challenges, what happens is, once you do this, people are going to interact more with you in the community, as well as, since if you're doing a particular community challenge from Tableau itself, then in a way you are supporting them. And if you're supporting them, they'll also support you. So it's more about also taking help from others, because if you want to give yourself an edge, it's not like you should just pick anything and build something. If you want to get ahead, then it's really recommended to do these 3 challenges at least. And then also you can go through other challenges and see if you have an interest in sports. They have sports data set as well. They have almost like different challenges around Marvel as well, games as well. So you can check out all of them. But these 3, I think, are really necessary, because if you go through these challenges, then you will have a diverse kind of portfolio. You will have business dashboards, as well as some of the visualizations that are not totally business dashboards. That is quite good to have such a portfolio, a diverse portfolio, so that when you're pitching it to your interviewer, you can get them intrigued. Because if you're going to catch their attention altogether, then only it really, you can make a game in the interview itself. Now, what happens if you're doing this, right? I think some of you I already know in the audience are already doing Make on Monday, are already doing Back to His Basics. They're doing these challenges. Now, what is the up top of doing these challenges? One thing is getting support from them. Second thing is you can actually go ahead and you can go to this part, the recognitions part. Now, if you have a really good Tableau Public portfolio, you are participating in community challenges, then you have a big chance to become a Tableau Public featured author as well. And I really want to emphasize on recognitions. Like, I've seen various questions coming to me, like, How can I become Tableau public featured author? How can I become an ambassador? How can I become a visionary? Now, everything starts from your building visualizations. You will see so many people like me as well. I'm posting posts every day almost. I used to do it. Now I'm not doing it every day, but people are writing blogs. People are doing lots of things. They have their own initiatives. They hold webinars. All those things are there. You don't have to do all of those things at first. The one thing that you should focus right now is building visualizations, doing these community challenges, and just being consistent so that you can get to this part where Tableau can recognize you as well. Now, this part, Tableau public featured author, there is no nominations, there's nothing. Tableau selects you on the basis of your Tableau public portfolio. That is totally based on your portfolio. Now, coming to these two, these are more of a, I'll say, not just visualizations, but how you are now going to give back to the community. If you want to become an ambassador or a visionary, it's more about giving back. So it can be again in form of visualizations again, right? Like people are there who are Tableau public ambassadors. There are so many of them. You can search about them. They have been just building visualization. They don't write blogs, but their work is really amazing. And it's not like they've done it in a day or two, but they have been doing it consistently, and that's why they have done. Now, coming to the highest title, that is Tableau Visionary, I'll say it's a top-notch from Ambassador as well. Now, here also, now Tableau has taken in some of the pieces that can make you a visionary. That is, you need to have good skills. You're also trying to share your knowledge with others, but that is not what I'll focus right now here. Okay, because this is more of a, you are getting involved in the community itself. You are doing so many things for the community. And I think that's where it will come. And if you're already a Tableau ambassador, if you become a Tableau ambassador, you will have various ideas how you can get together with the community. And there are lots of people, including me, who you can reach out if you want some specific ideas how you can go for a visionary. But I think right now, if you're starting, or even if you are any of those four categories, right? I think getting these recognitions, some will say that, is it really important to get these recognitions? I'll say it, if you can, please do, because even if you don't get these recognitions, you will be building your Tableau public portfolio. And it's not just about building your portfolio, you're also enhancing your skills. Because if you build visualizations again and again, you will get lots of ideas and your work will really improve. So, and if you get these recognitions, now in the market, the demand is great for people who have good work, who have good portfolio, and who have good recognitions. Now, one of the example I'm going to tell you, like regarding Tableau ambassador. Recently, I've seen some of the companies who are just hiring Tableau ambassadors. Now, these things were not, like in the past, it was not really specific, but these things are also happening right now. So these recognitions really hold an importance. Plus, you get lots of goodies from Tableau as well. That's a plus. But altogether, I've seen that when I was just a business intelligence analyst at American Express, I was good with my work. I was getting projects. But when I become a featured author, actually, the visibility increased more towards my side from senior leadership as well. Because these are few people in the world who become ambassadors or featured authors. And becoming one will really shoot up your career. Altogether, whatever I have done, I think I wasn't focusing on recognitions. I was trying to build my portfolio as well in the initial years. But once I got these recognitions, I truly meant what it really holds, what is its really importance. And it might also bring some of the factors, like people will be having too much expectations from you. That is also a downside, but altogether it will really help you in your career growth. Okay. Okay, so now this was all about giving yourself an edge. And if you are taking these two pieces, I'm really sure if you are doing it enough, you can get to the recognition part as well. Now, the third thing is being competitive. Now, what is about being competitive? You're building your visualizations, you are holding yourself and maybe your work is also great, but people should know about you. And that's why you need to use your social media, and you need to increase your presence over there. First is LinkedIn. I'll really suggest post your visualizations there. If you are posting, like, look up to people who are already doing it. They will generally post your visualizations with an image and the link in the post as well, and write about it a bit in a few words, that what you have done, what I've learned. And also the second thing is, while you're posting, connect with others as well who are doing the same thing, because it's really important that you need to connect with others, not just on Tableau Public, but also on LinkedIn. And there are three things whenever I'm connecting, or also I know many people who have done that. Also connect with not just someone who is doing those visualizations, connect with people who are already in the companies or who are already in the roles you are targeting. Let's say you are targeting for a senior data analyst role. Look up to people in those companies you are interested in, try to connect with them. And the third thing is, be consistent. People really lose themselves. They will see that, okay, I have built some of these visualizations, let's say 5 or 6 visualizations, and people are not interacting enough, and they just fall apart. I've seen many people doing that. They're not that consistent. Now, the thing is, what happens if you're building visualizations every week, at least some of them are interacting with you, and people really, if you pick a day, let's say if you are publishing on Friday or maybe Monday or a Wednesday, I've seen that people really wait for those individuals who are doing it consistently. And that's how, if you are doing this on LinkedIn, you also get that visibility, because headhunters as well as senior professionals are always looking out for such people who are doing it consistently as well, because skills can be improved over time. But one of the important thing is that if you are resilient enough, if you can do it again and again, if you can just practice it more and more. So that's how it can help you. Now, this is all about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is all about getting your visibility and also getting you a job and getting you in the space where headhunters can look up for you. Right. The second part is Twitter. Now, how many of you have a Twitter profile here? No? Okay, I can see some of them don't have a Tableau Twitter profile, right? Or should I say X? Okay. Now, why Twitter? Okay, so we have a mixed audience right here. So some of them are on Twitter, some of them are not on Twitter. That's totally fine. Now, going forward, I think who don't have a Twitter profile or an X profile, please go ahead and build one. That is really, really important if you want to progress in the Tableau community or in the Tableau environment. That will really help you. So do that. Now, the second thing is, whatever you have been doing on LinkedIn, bring it on Twitter as well. So build your visualization, post them in the same format. Like, you will have less words to use, because in Twitter, you can use only there's a character limit as well. Not like LinkedIn has 3,000 words limit, but on Twitter, I think it's really less, 200 words maybe. So use that in the same way. But apart from that, what really happens on Twitter is the place where actually the Tableau community sits. Right. So this is the place where Tableau community sits, and this is a place where they really interact. So if you really want to get into the recognition frame, if you want the Tableau people or the Tableau community leaders to know about you, being on Twitter is really, really important. LinkedIn is a very wide space. It has a different purpose. But if I'm talking about recognitions and to improve yourself, then Twitter is the place. What you have to do is just use the hashtag DataFam so that people can interact with you. And also, one thing is, always ask for feedback. That is really important for Twitter, because if you are asking for feedback, that is not for them, that is for you, so that you can improve. And people in the community are like, the mindset of the community is all about helping people, so they will be providing you with feedback. And again, the thing is, be consistent. If you just build a visualization, you are gone, nobody cares about you. That's how the world is. It's a harsh world, so you have to be a bit consistent, so that people should know about you. People should see, okay, this guy is, or he or she is doing it again and again. She has that thrill. She wants to improve herself, right? So you have to be consistent. So I'll give you a short glimpse of what it looks like on Twitter. So I'm going to, if you see my feed, it's kind of a mix, but I'll just use this hashtag data fam and I'll search for it. If you open this, now what is the first thing? You will see the first thing is a visualization. Okay.
Prasann, I think the slide screen is only shared. The Twitter screen is not yet visible.
Okay. Can you see Twitter now?
Yeah,
Yes.
now it is visible.
Perfect. So what I did, I just searched for this hashtag data fam. Okay. Once I did that, the first thing I'm seeing here is a visualization. See, and there's a Tableau public link, and this is the image. If you go down, you will see some of the updates that are happening in the Tableau community. There's a Vizies award that is happening. And then again, you will see visualizations. You will see again, see, there only, most of the people are only sharing their visualizations, and even you can ask for feedback. So like you spend some time scrolling through Instagram, or let's say Facebook, spend some time in just scrolling over the hashtag datafam on Twitter. Because once you do that, you will actually get to know what all things are happening in the data space. And also you will get to find those people who are doing these or building these visualizations again and again. And you should connect with them as well. That is quite important. I'll just scroll down a bit, but you will see like only it's all about data, because on LinkedIn, you get lots of things. It's a mixed space. It's a big community, but this particular hashtag or the data farm community on Twitter, it's only inclined to Tableau and data visualization in general. So really recommended to go through this, check out yourself, follow these people who are sharing these visualizations, and then you can reverse engineer those as well. Okay. Okay. So I think this is all about the social media presence as well as how you can get ahead. These two things, there's, as I said, I'm not going to tell you anything very different that you already don't know, but some of the things really makes a difference. And that is interacting with the right people, interacting and in getting inspired from the right set of people from a good community. Let's say data farm in here. And also being consistent. I think these three things, if you do it consistently over a period of time, it can be, for some, it can be 3 months, for some, it can be 6 months, for some, it can be a year as well. But you will grow a lot and you will see a growth in your career as well. Now, I'll come to a very specific point. Jam mentioned me that that all of you will really get some benefit about talking about this. What is expected of you when you're going for an interview? What is really, really expected? What does that interviewer want from you? Let's say you are a student, or someone who is transitioning, or even a young career data professional. What is really expected of you? First thing is, you don't need to be a master in Tableau. You need to have that much skills that you can build a visualization. And also, if you have a good public portfolio, then you can share it with them. I'll tell you like one of the instance from my personal experience. I almost at one point of time, after it was somewhere around 6 or 7 months, I was in the data industry, like after getting my first job, and I was still building visualization. I think there was a time when almost I had 7 to 8 offers at one go. Now, what I did here, I did nothing. I was just only focusing on my Tableau public portfolio again. And what I used to do was, because whatever the interview is, there's one single question that is quite common in all of those interviews. Tell me about yourself. How many of you think this is a common question? Tell me about yourself. Maybe raise your hands. Yes, no, anything. Yeah, it's the most common question that starts the conversation, right? Now, what I used to do was, in my introduction itself, I would talk about first about me, like wherever I'm coming from, what skills do I have, and what projects, and then I would start with what projects I've done. And then I would just try to gauge them in a place or take them in a place where they can get interested in my portfolio. And mostly if you're talking about your portfolio, people would be like, okay, share some of your work. And if you have a Tableau public portfolio, it's really easy, because I've seen many people struggling that they don't have a common place or something on the public that they can really just share on the go. And in their Tableau public portfolio, it really helps. So that I used to show them. And what happened due to that is, whatever the questions are, they were mostly inclined to my visualization itself. Like how did I build that particular feature? How did I curated the data set? All those questions are coming from them itself. Now, if I've already built my visualization myself, I would be able to answer all of that. So that gives an edge. Now, the second thing is, in any of those roles, what I'm seeing right now, and I think not just now, it has been there, but I didn't focus on them too much. Get a good knowledge of SQL and also have some knowledge about Excel as well. I'm not talking about going into VB or macros in Excel, but at least you should be able to make some pivots, clean the data, all those things you should be able to do in Excel. And if I have to, let's say, cut this whole skills in a ratio, then I would say spend 70% of your time on Tableau, 20% on SQL, and 10% on Excel. SQL is really, really important because it's being used in the banking industry, in product companies, everywhere. So having a good SQL knowledge will certainly give you a plus. Like if I talk about myself, I don't have really good expertise over SQL. My whole career has been tied to a thread of Tableau, but that's fine. That's what I have been focusing on. But I think altogether, I'll tell you that these are the things that you should focus. And also, I've seen some of the questions that people really feel hard to answer. If you don't have an experience, then it really becomes hard to answer some of the situational questions. Like, what was the most challenging part of your project? Or what was the point where you was able to suggest something that really impacted the project, right? Now, if you haven't worked, you cannot actually answer these questions. If somebody's asking, then I don't know what to say about them, but these things generally happen. I have heard from many of the people that they were not able to answer these situational questions and they were not able to clear the managerial round. Now, in there, let's say if you come across such a situation, then whatever you've done, talk about that. If you're a student, then only you have your portfolio, right? And if you have done some internship, then you can talk about those perspectives. And let's say if you're just a student, you don't have an internship yet, then talk about your portfolio or any of your single project in detail. Like what was the really challenging aspect of that particular project that helped you. And let's say altogether also, whatever you have experience, and if you're someone who is transitioning, then tie your questions to your previous experience, because even if we don't know, data has been always there. It's kind of like we now see data world as using BI tools and Excel and the different things, right? All the tool belt and everything. But altogether, I feel data has been always there, because if I talk about my previous experience, I was working as an operations officer at BPCL. Now there, I wasn't looking, I didn't know of the term data, but I was actually collecting data. So whatever your role has been, if you try to think about it, you must have been dealing with data. So try to answer them in those perspective. And I don't know, like how many of you agree with this, but I really suggest you one thing, like be honest with whatever you have done till date. Don't fluff things, because those who are taking interviews, because I have also taken so many interviews, you can really understand what is true and what is not, and what you're just trying to make it up. So be honest and be yourself. Put yourself in a place that you might be knowing not everything. That is totally fine with any of the interviewers, right? It's totally fine if you don't know anything in there, but at least you should have some of the things that gives you an edge. That is the whole idea of this presentation. It's not about making you something who knows everything, but in the world of generalist and specialist, I really recommend everyone to become more of a specialist first in one particular skill, and then you can build a T-shaped skill. Like you can add more tools to your belt. Also, you can add maybe certificates as well. That is fine. Okay. I remember the use of data visualization in cricket. It's like we realize correlate in our life, right? Like now, if you are already in the data world, if you see all throughout yourself, like everywhere, you will see everything has data in any of the format. Like it's just like it's not always in the tabular structure in the Excel grid rows and columns, but it's everywhere. If you start seeing the world in that way, I think things will become very easier for you and for you to build your own projects as well, right? So now coming to the last part, few closing tips for all of you is be patient and don't lose heart if you aren't getting a job. Focus on one thing, because what really happens, and it's quite common with every one of us, we try to pick so many things at once. We try to do this multitasking is good, but it's good for going through different social media platforms, or maybe you're watching TV and also using a phone. That is also multitasking, but that's fine. But when it comes to learning and really upgrading yourself, then try to engage yourself in a particular skill more and have some patience and spend more time in there so that you can really get good at it altogether. Okay, so I think that's all I wanted to share with you. And I'm open to questions. We can have some questions in there. So if you want to ask any questions, please go ahead.
We'll have a 5 to 6 minutes question and answer round. So guys, if you have any questions, this is the chance to ask it. Please feel free to ask. Yeah, Satya, go ahead.
Hi, this is Satya. Actually, I just want to know what is the role of the certification that is going to play in an interview. Like how much it is so important to get the certifications. And what is a
Yeah, go ahead.
what is a like I have at 3 to 4 years of experience. So which is a certification that I can get in a Tableau? Like
Okay, so first coming to certifications, I think some of the companies are looking for certifications, but in today's world, skill is more important than anything. That's why I focus more on portfolio. Certification is a thing that you can take it. It's a, let's say if you talk about, there are two certifications right now. One is Tableau specialist and the other one is data analyst certifications. That is open to all. There are others as well, but it's not open to everyone. Now, if you already have some experience, let's say if you already have a good portfolio, then go ahead and you can give an exam for the specialist one. That is something I'll recommend because Tableau specialist, it costs you $100 plus it don't have a expiry date, right? So like the validity is lifetime, and I think that's enough. Like if you again want to get a data analyst certification, that's totally up to you. I think it is valid for 2 years, but I don't really, I have seen many companies in India itself, those who are really focusing on certifications. Like you need to have the certification to get a job. I think it can help you on the resume a bit, but altogether, if you are in the interview, I think portfolio matters much more than certifications. Does that help, Satya?
yes, yes. And one more question, like we are seeing the evolution of AI. Recently, we have seen the Devin AI also, and how it is affecting or helping or leveraging our skills. Like what is the what is the role of it? Like how should be uh, skilled enough so that we can tackle the AI that is coming up?
That question is, I think that's a good question from today's perspective. But I'll tell you one thing. It's it's more it's more towards, if I put it on let's say valuable on the bus scale, it's more on the bus side, because these things are coming up right now. Like last year, everything was all about LLMs. If I went to different conferences like Snowflake, Tableau, everywhere, it was only about LLMs. People were only talking about LLMs. And now after a year, how many of the companies have actually implemented that? I don't think even 1% of them. So the thing is, being aware about what things it can do and having a knowledge about it is good. But right now, I don't think it's, you need to invest so much of your time towards AI technologies. If you are an analyst, you should be aware about those things. Like if you know how to build a GPT agent, that can help you in some work, right? Like people are building lots of GPT agents to uh, write the storytelling for visualizations, even score the visualizations. Adam Miko, he is also Tableau visionary. He prepared such agents. So you can invest yourself in those things, but I really don't think that it's a place where you need to have your attention more. Just be aware of what things are going.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, we have a question how to prepare for Tableau desktop certification. I think after me, Jay will be talking all about that. Like what it is all about, how you can ace the certification, and he'll also share some of the resources. Yeah, it's not just about India, but I think like what happens at the very senior leadership level is they have to pitch ideas, right? Like you build dashboards or you deliver projects so that you can, let's say, earn points. I'll just talk about in terms of that. Okay, like they do that in that way, right? Like we are doing all these things so that we can get a promotion, we can get some incentives, all of those things. Now for those senior leadership, they need to do such things as well, right? So that's why among the senior leadership, because I have been with them, working with them, I've seen it's more about like what is the way forward. It's not about they're going to implement it now, but going forward in the 1 or 2 years, that is something. AI will be there. Lots of functionalities will be there. That will be automatically helping the people to get some insights, because getting the insights is the big problem in business analytics right now. People can build dashboards, but according to situations, it cannot give you insights. That is a big challenge, and AI will certainly help in that part. Okay, so I can see one raised hand. Do you want to ask a question, Zishan? No, he's gone. Okay. Okay, so I think we are done with the questions as well. Okay, guys, before we conclude this, I just want to know, like, on a scale of 1 to 5, how was this session helpful to you, or was it not? You can just type in the number so that I should know. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm really glad that whatever we talked about, it was more of a conversation. That's what I tried today. So put all these things into action, and I can really vouch for it, because it's not just me who has done this. I can really name out so many people in India as well as in all the parts of the world who have followed the same route, and for them, getting a job is not a problem. Job will start coming to you. You should be that someone who is going to be in demand. So try to be that someone, and things will, you don't have to think about if AI will take my job, if I have enough skills. But if you're already in demand, because even if the tools will be new, let's say in future, these altogether, these categories, right? Like Tableau, uh, these categories like data visualization or business analytics will always be there. So I think this will help. Remote opportunities in Tableau, I think look up to these websites. I think Upler recently had so many opportunities related to remote jobs. I recently saw a good job that was around 80,000, and also I saw one of the job with TripAdvisor, who were giving a remote job for 2.8 lakhs per month just for 3 years of experienced people. So there are lots of open opportunities, and I think apart from Upler, there are also different websites you can look up to for report opportunities. Can you also recommend some practical textbooks for Tableau? See, some of the things are not specific to Tableau, but I'll say some books you need to have. These are like in India, because they're all coming from outside, they're merely generally expensive, but at least have them in your, what we can say, like in your library. Let's say Storytelling with Data. That is a good book. Also, you can have this particular book, The Big Book of Dashboards. That is okay. You can have it. It's a very, it's like a Bible. It's a long book, so it's hard to go through. But I think these two books are good to have. And then very specifically to Tableau, then you can look up to Tableau Strategies. It's a book with so many examples and so many use cases. So that's also a good book to have. Okay, so
Also, one more book is this Tableau cookbook, Tableau desktop cookbook. So if you want to like learn from very basic, you can refer to that particular book as well.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jay and Anand, again for having me. And thank you so much for all the audience for being so interactive and not giving me 0 or any poor ratings. So thank you so much.
It was quite insightful, Prasann Prem. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anand. Okay, guys, then I think the next session, Jay is going to take you through some of the very good things about how you can ace your Tableau certification exam. So I'll hand it over to him. Thank you so much, Jay.
Okay. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah.
So Tableau certification guide. Okay, basically, as many of you were asking about Tableau certification, so let's start with Tableau certification. So the very first question that many of you will ask is basically why this Tableau certification matters. Okay, the first, the one of the question that Satya asked is it very important? So again, these are some of the points which you can keep into consideration while doing the certification. The first one is validation of your skills and knowledge. So as you are getting a certification from Tableau itself, so you are a Tableau certified, which brings a value to your portfolio as well. So career advancement, if you're looking for a job change or if you're looking for something, jobs related to Tableau, so that can help you. Then increase job opportunities. As Prasanna said, data visualization plays important role. But also, if you want to, if some companies do check with the certification as well. So it may increase the chance of getting good job opportunities, higher earning potential. So if you're looking for a senior level job roles. So at that time, you can consider this industry recognition, then professional credibility, and other networking opportunities, personal growth and development. So how the personal growth and development comes into picture? So basically, you're giving lots of money for this certification, and hence you will study for that. Hence, you are growing yourself, you are updating your skills. So, personal growth and development. Then, adaptability and flexibility and global recognition. As this particular certificate is globally recognized, Tableau certificates by Salesforce. So, these are also some of the things that adds. Okay. So, this is the why this is a slide which will say you why Tableau certification matters. After that, the next is what are various Tableau certifications? So among those, these are the 5 Tableau certification which are offered by Tableau. That is Tableau Desktop Specialist, Tableau Data Analyst, and Tableau Server Associate, Tableau Consultant, and Tableau Architect. But the most common is the top 3. This these are open for everyone to do it. Okay. The increasing level is from Tableau Desktop, the basic one. Then it goes to Tableau Data Analyst and Tableau Server Associate. Okay. So these are some of the certificates which you people can do it. So who should appear for desktop certification? So desktop specialist certification target individuals with foundational Tableau skills. Let's say a person who is new into a Tableau, okay, and he has some good foundational Tableau desktop skills. Those people can apply to this particular certification. Ideal for employees, partners, customers, and freelancers needing Tableau desktop proficiency. Okay. For example, if you're looking for a job and some company has a requirement for Tableau desktop, and there are many people over there, so you can show this particular certification, which can have an advantage. So candidates who possess foundational Tableau knowledge and a minimum of 3 months of practical experience, means who are working into Tableau from last 3 months, they can apply for this certification. Okay. So this was about Tableau desktop certification. Then the next one is the Tableau data analyst certification. I will say Tableau data analyst certification is the advanced version of Tableau desktop certification. So in Tableau data analyst certification, Tableau will test your skills regarding Tableau desktop, Tableau prep, and Tableau server online, or all those things together. Okay, so entire package together. The Tableau certified data analyst certification empowers professional to facilitate informed business decisions. Means you get a means the questions are asked in such a manner that you will act as a data analyst. Scenario-based questions will be there. Okay. It equips individual with the ability to grasp business challenges, analyze relevant data, and present actionable insights. This credential confirms proficiency in Tableau core concepts and practical expertise in utilizing Tableau Desktop, Tableau Prep, and either Tableau Server or Tableau Online, as I said previously. So it is again suitable for employees, partners, customers, freelancers seeking to leverage their Tableau products for effective data analysis and data and decision making, basically. Also, one of the reason can be to upskill yourself. Okay, maybe some of the companies in India may ask you for the certification for promotions and all those things. So you can target for this particular certification. So Tableau Desktop Specialist Certification is basically it's just a one-time exam, and once you give the exam and you pass the exam, the validation is it has no expiry date and it is validity is for lifetime. Okay, so it's just a one-time exam which you have to give. So Tableau Certified Data Analyst, this is also an exam, but its validity is 2 years. So after 2 years, you have to again go for a re-examination and you have to give it again. But it is better as compared to PL 300 because PL 300, I think it is every year you have to give that particular exam. So Tableau Certified Data Analyst is in every 2 years, you can renew your certification. So next is what's the difference between both the examination. So the platform, it's a Windows virtual machine platform lens. You can give it online as well as through in the examination centers. Okay, so there are some specific examination center where you can go and give the certification in an offline mode. Okay, and also through on your laptop, also on any of the systems you can give it. So you have both the option for specialist, desktop specialist and analyst also. So in Tableau Desktop Specialist, most of the questions are in the multiple choices and multiple response. Okay, so MCQ questions will be there. So MCQ question will be having a single correct response or more than one correct response. And not it won't be having practical questions, but just simple MCQ questions. And for analyst certification, you will be having multiple choice question, multi-response question, then active screen, build list, drag and drop, hot area, and hands-on lab. We'll see each one. I will show you the example of each of this particular, how these questions will be. We'll see it in the next slide. Okay. So in desktop specialist, the number of questions are somewhere around 45 questions they will be asked. Most of them will be knowledge-based questions. But for analyst, it will be knowledge-based as well. 8 to 10 questions will be hands-on lab. Okay. So you have to practically perform on the Tableau desktop. It will be virtually, everything will be on a virtual system where you have to do the hands-on and the system will check it whether you're doing it right or wrong. Okay. So time limit for Tableau desktop, it is 60 minutes, 1 hour examination, which includes 3 minutes for NDA and all those purposes. At the start of the examination, there is some, you have to read something and then all those formalities. Okay, so 3 minutes is given for that. And on the other hand, data analyst examination is of 120 minutes. So passing score for both the examinations are almost are the same. That is 750 out of 1000. If you score 750 and more, you will get the certificate. Okay. So expiration date for desktop is there's no expiry, and for analyst it is 2 years. So the cost of the examination for desktop specialist is $100, and for data analyst certification, it is somewhere around $250. Okay. And for example, let's say if you at the first go, if you are not able to clear this particular examination, then for the retest, it is somewhere around $25 and plus taxes. Okay. So these are some of the basic information of both the examination. Why I'm targeting to this examination? Because these are the two examinations which are given most commonly by all the Tableau professionals. Okay. So having this two examination certification is a plus point for your profile, your resume, and everything, along with data visualizations. So let's go further. So Tableau desktop certification basically tests you on 4 domains. The first one is connecting and preparing data, which is like you will see 23% of questions on connecting and preparing data. Then domain 2 is exploring and analyzing data, which is somewhere around 37%. Then the third one is sharing insights, that is 25%, and the last one is understanding Tableau concepts, that is understanding Tableau concepts. Okay. For Tableau analyst certification, the first one is connecting and transform data, again 24% weightage. Then exploring and analyzing data, 41% weightage, creating content, 26%, and last one is publish and manage content on Tableau server and Tableau cloud. So if you just observe, both the examination content is almost the same, but over here, the one additional one thing is the domain 4, that is publish and manage content on Tableau server and Tableau cloud. Okay. So in the next slide, let's see how both the content is same. We'll try to see that. So if you see the skill measures domain wise, so this is a Tableau desktop, all the skills which are required in Tableau desktop specialist, and another one is Tableau data analyst specialist. So if you see, the first one is same for both of them, that is connecting and preparing data. And over here also the connecting and preparing data. Only the one more additional is the Tableau prep. They may ask you the questions related to Tableau prep and connecting and preparing data. Okay, rest of the things are pretty much same. Next is exploring and analyzing data. Over here also it is exploring and analyzing data, almost same. Okay, most of the points are same. And over here understand the Tableau concepts is taken into consideration in exploring and analyzing data itself. Both these two domains are merged into one domain in exploring and analyzing data in Tableau analyst specialist exam. Okay. Afterwards, there's sharing insights and exploring and analyzing data. Again, some of the topics from both of them are merged into create contents, which includes create charts, create and modify and format dashboards, add interactivity to dashboards. Okay. We'll go into the topics also. I will show you what are some of the topics that may be asked over there. And the final one is publish and manage content on server and online. So over here, the questions will be based on Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server. So if you go over here, just a minute. So if you go on this particular page, so when you go on the bottom, there are detailed examination outline is there. So they have given you the detailed syllabus of what things they are going to ask. So in connect and preparing data, it will be everything about relation, joins, blending, then live versus extract. Okay. Then what are different Tableau files like .twbx, .dwb, all those things will be asked. Managing data properties like metadata, geographic fields, data types, all those things can be covered over here. Then exploring and analyzing data. In exploring and analyzing data, how to create basic charts in Tableau. Filters, okay. Context filters are there, then date filters, dimension filters. One of the important concept over here can be order of operations. Okay, order of operations can be covered over here, and it may be asked, means it definitely it will be asked to you people. And apply analytics to worksheet about reference lines, trend lines, totals, subtotals, all those things. Okay. Then sharing insights are basically how you can make the dashboard, modify dashboards, how you can share your dashboard in PDF format or image format, all those things. And the last one is understanding Tableau concepts, aggregation, dynamic aggregation. Okay. Then all those things, and discrete, continuous, dimension and measures. So Tableau can ask you questions on these topics. So this was all about Tableau desktop specialist. So in Tableau certified data analyst. So again, if you see, the first part is pretty much similar. Only the additional part is uh, perform data transformation with Tableau Prep. Okay, so how you can do the joining, aggregation, then unions, what are different data connections, the output, how you can bring the output from Tableau Prep. All those things can be covered over here. Then explore and analyze data, create calculated fields. What are different date functions, string functions, Boolean calculations, okay, and LODs, fixed LODs. So as you know, if you want to study LODs, get the most important LOD, which is used most of the times, is the fixed LOD. Okay, so you may face questions regarding that. So table calculation, moving averages, window functions, lookup functions, all those things. Then custom table calculations, advanced date functions like year to date, month to date, growth, then parameters, then questions on map, field map, symbol maps, density maps, and again the analytics pane, the reference line, trend line, and all those things. So it is like if you're I would suggest, if you're going for any of this particular certification, it is like you should have full hands-on experience on Tableau. Okay, how the Tableau tool works, you should know. Okay, you should be clear with each of the concepts, and then only you should try for any of the certification. That would be the best suggestion that I can give you. Okay, so create content, again, sorting, then different charts. So in Show Me, there are some 24 inbuilt charts. What are those inbuilt charts? Tableau may ask you a question about that. So interactivity with dashboards. Different actions are there, like parameter actions, set actions, filter actions, all those things. Okay. Then publish and manage content on Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server. So in this, one of the most important topic can be the different roles. Like if you know about Tableau Cloud, there are three roles: the creator, viewer, and the explorer. So what do each of the roles do? They may ask you a question regarding that. So how you can publish a particular workbook or a Tableau prep flow, how you can schedule it. Okay. So different things can be asked over here about scheduling, about managing, and all those things. Okay. So this was about the content which will be asked in your examination. And again, get familiar with Tableau. If you have hands-on experience, you can easily crack this examination. So the one of the ways, make more visualization, make more projects. Because when you create one or two, when you go on creating projects, each and every point gets clear. Okay. And you can give your certification later when you feel that you are well versed now with the concepts, then you can go for the certification. So let's go further with our slides. Just a minute. Yeah. So skill measures, what are the different type of question? The first is a knowledge-based questions. Okay. So core tool related question which reflect core desktop product knowledge related to formulas, menus, field types, etc. So in your Tableau desktop, okay, it is going to be Tableau desktop specialist examination. It is going to be mostly about knowledge-based questions, and these knowledge-based questions will be multiple choice and multiple response questions. Okay. Active screen, build list, drag and drop, and hot area question. This all will be asked in the Tableau data analyst certification and not in the Tableau desktop certification. As we discussed, Tableau desktop certification is just MCQ based examination. Okay. With one correct answer or more than one correct answers or multiple correct answers. So in Tableau data analyst certification, you will also have a hands-on session on Tableau desktop. Okay. Also, students will have access to PDF version of Tableau help during the lab portion only. So during hands-on, when you're doing hands-on in Tableau data analyst certification, Tableau may give you the access of the PDF version of Tableau help. Okay, if you are stuck somewhere, let's say, so you can just go through it. But I would recommend don't bring the situation where you will go into Tableau help and you will just see it and do it. By let's say after 1 year, if Tableau changes its policy and if it does not give you the Tableau help feature, so you have to yourself find out the way of solving that particular problem, right? Uh, so have a hands-on experience again on Tableau. So multiple choice questions, this is how the multiple choice question will look. Okay. A particular question will be given, which of the following is the reason of to use extracts rather than live connection. So as you know, there will be 4 to 5 option, depends. Okay. And the correct answer would be one option or more than one option. Over here, it's just a single option. So you need the best performance possibly from your source. That can be the correct answer. So this is the example of multiple choice questions. Then the next is active screen. Now in active screen, Tableau may ask you from the interactive screen below, find the 2 menus where you are able to change the data type of the field. Okay, so people who know Tableau, how are you going to change the data type of the field? By clicking on any of these symbols, you can change the data type, or by second option is by, just a minute, where is my cursor? Second option is using this particular menu and change data type, and then you can change it. Okay, so yeah, this is how you have to interact, and Tableau will see it and give you the marks accordingly on the basis of what you are showing the system. This was about active screen. Okay, then the next one is build list. Place the different filtered types in the order according to Tableau's order of operations. So these are some of the jumbled order of operations, and over here you have to place it in a correct manner. So the first one will be extract filters. Can anyone from the group say me what then next one will be? The first one is the extract filters. After extract filters,
Data source filter,
yeah, data source filters, and after data source filters,
context filter,
Context filter.
okay, after context,
dimension filter,
dimension filters, after dimension filters,
major filter,
measure filters, and the last one is table calculation filters. Good. So even from the interview point of view, this is very important. Okay, short question that can be asked to you. Okay, and in both the certification, such type of questions can come. Okay, in Tableau desktop also they may ask you the question based on MCQ type, like what is the first filter in the order of operations. Okay, so something like that you should know these things. Then drag and drop. Okay, drag the appropriate level of detail calculation part to correct the position in the calculation below to get total sales at region level. So according to this, options will be given. You have to drag and drop. Okay, so fixed LOD you are going to use. So fixed region at sum of sales for each. Okay, so you have to just drag and drop all those things. Okay, this was the example of drag and drop. Then hot area. Hot area is inside the hands-on lab environment. You will need to use Tableau desktop to modify visualization as per the given prompt. Okay, over here there will be different prompts. Okay, and according to the situation or the question, you have to modify your visualization correctly, and Tableau will give you, the system will give you the marks. Okay, on the basis of the prompt. So this is hot area. Most of the people face difficulties over here. So again, hands-on experience. If you have hands-on experience, if you are familiar with the situations, and you can easily do these things. Okay, it won't be a big task for you. Okay. So next one is examination rules. Before going for examination, like starting examination, see to it that you have your photo ID ready, like Aadhaar card, PAN card, all those things. Technology check, good internet connection, everything is there or not. Close all the programs. Don't keep uh, anything on open on your laptop. Close everything, just your system and your Chrome, and just the exam. That's it. Don't keep anything open, because the proctor is very strict. If it if it finds something suspicious, it will give you the warning. It will give you 2 to 3 warnings, and after that the exam will be closed. And also the exam is expensive, $100, $250. It's not just oh, it's not very it's expensive, I will say. So just see to it that you give exam properly with following all the rules. Okay. So you have to give exam only on Chrome browser. No other browser is allowed. So Chrome browser, clear your desk. Don't keep anything on your desk. Just keep it empty. Just you and your system. Okay. No phones, no headphones or external monitor is allowed. No talking except the proctor. If proctor asks you something, you can speak, but no talking in middle, and you should be alone in the room. So one of the experience of Tableau desktop certification is the proctor will sometimes, if it finds something suspicious, it will say you to take your laptop and just rotate in the entire room to see if something is not there in the room. That also happens. Okay. So see to it that you follow the rules, because it's little strict as compared to other examinations. So let's go on to how to schedule this exam. Okay. So scheduling the exam is pretty simple. You can easily schedule the exam. You have to go on this particular website, that is home, Pearson View, Tableau. So when you click on this particular website, you can schedule the Tableau examination. Okay, so I will just show you how you can schedule it. I will give you this PPT guide afterwards, and you can see it. Okay, so just I will show you for now how you can schedule this examination. So over here, I'm on the Pearson home Pearson View .com for Tableau, and over there you have to log in. Okay, if you don't have the Tableau account, you can create your account on Tableau, and you can create account or log in accordingly. Okay. So over there, I have already logged in, so it's not asking me to log in again. So over here, so you have to select affiliation, and affiliation will be student or anything. If you are employed and employee, you can select it in the other ways. So now after doing all filling the details, it may also ask you to fill your address and country, city, state, all those things. So you have to fill it. So after that, reading everything, you have to go on this schedule my exam. Okay. So when you click on schedule my exam, here is the option schedule or manage my exam with Pearson. So click on that. So you may read everything. What is the policy? What is retake policy? Rescheduling policy? $25 fee will be charged for rescheduling. And once you are fine with that, go to this particular button. Go to Pearson. And when you click on go to Pearson, now it will ask you for which particular examination you have to give. So let's say if you want to give Tableau Desktop Specialist, you have to just click on Tableau Desktop Specialist. After this, it will ask you, you have to give whether you have to give it in person at a test center or online with on view, or I have a private access code. But mostly for all of you, this two will be more suitable. Either you give it online in your at your house or at your home, with no one in the room and following all the rules, or go in the test center at the test center, someone supervisor will be there who will be supervising you and give the examination over there. So once you click over there, let's say over here, so you have to see all those things, and then it will ask you for the review and submission, run the system test and all those things. And after that, you have to pay in which language you have to give. If you want to, there are two languages, English and Japanese. So it's for all of us, it's English itself. Okay. And the last one is you have to pay for your particular, go forward, and it will ask you for the payment. Okay. And you have to pay for the session. So this is how you can schedule the examination. Now, I will also give you one tip at the end, how you can get a voucher for this examination. Okay. So we'll see that. Just stay till the end of the session. So examination scheduling tip, one of the tips which I personally feel is good is consider scheduling your exam during the time of a day when you feel most alert and focused. We all have our times when we are at our peak performance. Okay, there's always time. Some people, they are at they perform well in the morning time. Okay, some people, they perform well in the afternoon time. Some night person, they do well at the night time. So accordingly, you can schedule your exam at which you can focus to your best, and yeah, you can schedule accordingly. So after giving your examination, you will get something result like this. It takes little time for getting the certification. I think so 48 hours it will take. But immediately after the exam, if you are passed, you will get something like this. Okay. Which will give your total marks, your name, your ID, and whether you are passed or not. Okay. So this is type of a report card which Tableau gives you, and you can save this also. And after 48 hours, you will get your certificate as well. So what is the technical requirement? Again, this slide is not that important, but again, I will say, so you should have at least a desktop or a laptop. Phones except during check-in, when you need to check in something, or like, let's say, some other uh, formalities, at that time you can use phones. Tablets are not allowed. Okay, operating system Windows 10 or Mac OS and above is fine. Minimum compatibility of 4 GB RAM is fine for this examination. Screen resolution 1024 into 768 pixels. So internet connection, good internet connection, I will say you should have a good webcam where you will get a clear picture, and which can have 10 frames per second. Okay. So computer must have built-in. So the computer must have built-in audio speakers and microphone for testing purposes, and avoid using work computer. The one of the suggestion is, don't use your office computers, because in your office computers, firewalls are there are some firewalls, or some websites are blocked. Okay, so you may not be able to access the website on your office computers. So give the examination on your personal computers only. So some tips for you on the examination day. Allocate at least 4 hours for this exam in your whole day. Begin studying 2.5 hours before the exam. 1 hour give it for revision. 1 hour give it for studying different mock tests. Okay, different questions which I will give you as a bonus. You can read those questions. Okay, half an hour keep keep it for yourself, because uh, the examination is not that much simple. Okay, it is little tough. The questions can be pretty much tricky. Okay, so you have to keep yourself calm down. Okay, when you are giving the examination. So 30 minutes, do nothing, just be ready, make your things ready, or do all the technical checkups and all those things. Okay, keep your ID phone accessible before the examination. Um, practice little meditation also. Don't avoid distractions wherever you are giving your examination. Read each question properly, understand it properly before taking before checking out any of the options. Understand the question properly. Okay. So one of the tip is start with the easier questions. You can just go ahead and come back again also. Okay. Start with the easier questions. Don't be stuck in one question itself. Okay. Go further. If you're not able to do it, go further. Again come back. Okay. There is no negative marking in this examination, first of all. So don't worry about that. Okay. So it's not like if I answer something incorrect, what will be the circumstances? No, there is no negative marking. Okay. So again, these are same exam tips. Give mocks. Skip question if you are stuck. Also learn by doing Tableau. Get some hands-on experience. Okay, and then go forward with the certifications. So coming to bonuses, these are the two bonuses which I have promised you that I will be giving you. First is the Tableau certification guide, and the second is Tableau interview guide, right? So this two bonuses will be given to you in the coming week, okay? By most probably by Tuesday or Wednesday evening, you will get those bonuses in your inbox, okay? And you can study accordingly. So one more thing I would like to show is how can you get this vouchers for this certification. Let me unshare my screen and I will just share it again. How can you people get the vouchers for this particular certification? Just give me a minute. Let's take some of the questions first and then I will show you. Is there any voucher or way by which we can reduce the cost of the exam? Yes, we have. Where do we get this list of test centers? When you will select the test center, Tableau will give you that particular list. From where we can have mock test. Mock test, there are some websites for the mock test. Also, I will not say mock test. You can read the questionnaire or the questions dump. Okay, there are different dump. You can read through that dump as well. Can you restart recording? Recording, I think it is live on YouTube, so you can view it
Yeah,
there.
it is getting live stream, guys. So you don't need recording. Yeah, it will be there.
Okay, so let's see how you can get this examination voucher. So you have to go on this particular website, trialhatsalesforce.com. Okay. So when you go on this particular website, trialhatsalesforce.com, over here in Learn, there is something called as Trial Head Quest. Okay. So click on that Trial Head Quest. When you go on this Trial Head Quest, the first thing is get hands-on Tableau, get hands-on with Tableau Quest. Learn in-demand data skills to advance your career with Tableau hands-on challenges on Trialhead. Complete by March 31st. So you have around 7 days. If you start today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Yeah. Almost 7 to 8 days you have in your hand. Complete by March 31, 2024 to be entered for a chance to win a $200 Salesforce certification voucher. Okay. $200 Salesforce certification voucher. Accordingly our this particular certification is of $100. See, I will show you. The cost is $100 and this is $250. $200 if you're getting, I think your Tableau desktop specialist, he can easily be cracked. Okay. So give it a chance. Okay. just click on skill up. On the skill up, you have to do the training of around, I think so it is around 5 hours, somewhere around 5 hours training will be there. Yeah. And it is 400 plus points and 5 hours of training. Okay. So you have to do these things. Tableau data model. The first one is this metadata management in Tableau, detailed data analysis, data presentation in Tableau, data storytelling with Tableau public. All those things you have to do. You have to first sign up and then you have to do it. So you may get a chance for the voucher as well. Okay. So just see to it that you complete this before March 31st. And yeah, let's see if you get voucher. Okay, so with today with us we have Nirmalya also. Nirmalya is a person who have recently gave the Tableau desktop specialist. So Nirmalya, do you would you like to share your experience of how the uh, examination was? Like how particular exam, was there any difficulty which you faced? What were the questions asked? Okay, you may just guide everyone over here.
Yeah, the questions are basically the thing is first of all, the proctor person is very much strict.
Yeah.
Like they haven't allowed me a small box like a showcase of on the table, on the laptop table. Besides that, there was a laptop table. So I have to showcase complete room of mine
Yeah.
before starting the exam. Okay, this is the first step. So if anything under the table, I have to showcase that also. This is the thing. So after that, the exam is started. So the questions were completely basic, but the thing is, you have to understand each and every tab, and under the every tab, what are the listings are there. Like in the analysis tab, we have a option totals. Under total option, there is a column totals on the top. So where this option is being found, this kind of drill down kind of level of questions they ask, and how many ways we can filter can be applied in a data set, from the visualization, from the tables, and directly how. So this is the things.
Okay. So basically you want to say they may trick you with the language of the question. The questions are basic, but they may ask you the same question, a straightforward question in a little tricky language also. And also they may
Yes,
ask you where the particular option is found in Tableau desktop, right? All those things will be asked.
exactly. And the most tricky questions are the questions where have one or more answers is there. That those questions are more tricky.
Okay. So yeah, more than one answer questions are always tricky. So
Yeah,
there will be situation where you will see only two of them will be correct, but the third one also you will feel correct. Okay. And there are also situation where you will feel all the answers are correct.
all, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So this happens mostly with the question of live versus extract. Okay. So when the Tableau will ask you question related to live versus extract, it will ask you
Yes,
so much question, so much tricky options it will give you that you will feel all the answers are correct. Okay, but according
exactly.
to Tableau, only two of them will be correct. So you
Right,
it's like basically it's the all the concepts, the basic concepts should be clear. Okay, then only give the examination. So just
exactly,
clear all the basic concepts. Tableau
exactly,
is not trying to like it is not testing your rocket science or something. It is just trying to make your basics clear. Okay. So you have to
exactly,
give it accordingly and read each and every question properly before taking any of the answers. Read the question, understand the question, what they are asking you. Okay. Sometimes in overconfidence, what people do is people will just read the question. Okay, yeah, this is the answer, but they will not read the entire question what exactly the Tableau was asking. Okay, so you will feel it is asking of the very first option, but it is asking sub options also. Let's say change data type. Okay, so inside change data type it is asking another options what are there inside that menu, inside the sub menu. Okay, All those things can be asked. So first read it and then mark your answers correctly.
Yes, we have to visualize this complete thing without the screen. This is the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the best
exactly.
practice is do more and more projects. Okay. Learn Tableau properly by doing more projects and get hands-on experience, and then only give this particular certification examination. Yeah. So any questions from you people? So open for questions, Q&A session.
Yeah, hi Jaron, this is Lakshmi here.
Yeah.
So you were talking about something on the watch challenge. So I was opening the page, and we have to complete that all those get on hands with Tableau quest on Trailhead, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not my questions. Thank
It's
you.
somewhere around 5.5 hours, so you can complete it.
Yeah, correct. Sure.
Anything else, guys? Do
Sir,
we
the
have
longevity
mark
of the
for later
voucher?
options in the exam? Do we have mark for later options in I did not get your question. Do we have mark for later option in the
You
exam?
mean अभी
Yeah,
skip
Ali.
कर देते हैं क्वेश्चन बाद में
हाँ.
कर लेंगे
Like
ये
skipping.
वो वाला ऑप्शन है क्या
Hmm.
Yeah,
या
you
skip
can. If, as I said, if you're stuck in some of the question, go forward, do an other question. Don't get stuck. Okay. So you can come back to those questions afterwards again. Validation of voucher. Check karna. You have to check. I think when you will get the voucher over there, it will be written. See, generally speaking, 1 month of preparation is more than enough for Tableau desktop specialist. Okay, just prepare for 1 month, get familiar with each of the options. Okay, print entirely the Tableau desktop screen into your mind. Okay, whenever you are giving that examination, print like see to wherever you see a question, see in your mind, visualize it how you are going to do it. Okay, and so you can give the proper answers. It's not hard exam, but tricky exam we can say. Okay. Any more question, guys? Document more so that you can remember more. Yeah, correct. Make yourself notes. Uh, start making your notes. That's the best option. Okay. So no more questions, guys. If we'll send you the bonus in 1 or 2 days, you will get it on your inbox. Okay. And I hope the session was good. Even Prasann's session was awesome. And yeah. Can we get the presentation along with bonus? Yeah. The bonus is Tableau certification guide with the dump. So everything will be covered over there.
Thanks, Jay and Anand, along with Prasann, and for taking your time out on this Sunday and helping us in terms of the understanding the points behind how to get certified and what's the value that brings to each one of us. Thank you so much once again. Have a wonderful day ahead and a weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for joining. Okay, then no, we should
We can wrap up.
we are good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for joining. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, guys. See
Thank
you.
you, Jay sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
sir.
and have a great, happy
Happy
Holi.
Holi.
Enjoy.
Happy
Yeah.
Holi. Yeah. Happy Holi to everyone.
Happy Holi, sir.
Happy
Happy
Holi.
Holi.